Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. We've got a special video today. I am joined by my wife, Ari-chan.
Yahoo!
And today we are doing the best and worst servants to bring along as wingmen. It's not just that, but that's a good starter for it.
It's one of them.
Basically, we have a lot of, I've got a list that I've compiled of various, how do you call it, like situations that you would be in or roles that you would need fulfilled. And you could recruit one of the servants in Fate Grand Order, or whatever, to fill that role, to take on that job, such as who would you bring along with you in this case to go bar hopping or to try to, find a mate, to try to, pick up on, any of that stuff.
I need a mate!
A mate. And so we've got a list of those, and so we're going to figure out the best person to bring along and the worst. And we'll have to defend those positions as well based on things that we know about the servants, so you'll get to learn about them in the process.
I will too.
Totally fine. You'll also be able to, I would highly encourage you all to, play this on your own as well while you're watching this. Maybe list in the comments your picks for the best and worst and why. So let's get started with the more basic one. Who do you think would be the best servant to bring along as your wingman if you were trying to score a date or a number or whatnot?
Spartacus.
Spartacus? Why Spartacus?
To give yourself something to compare against, unless your quarry fancied muscle more than brain, in which case it would be the worst. Perhaps as an intellectual differential.
So to make yourself look smart because he's so freaking stupid.
Yeah. Sorry,
okay. Be honest. There's a lot of ones that I think would make bad choices.
Yeah, I can't think of any really good ones. I mean, the thing is, Artoria fits so many of these so well.
Well,
she's just
she's chivalric and she's she's gentlemanly and whatnot. So
exactly.
Obviously someone who would be more than happy to join you in this endeavor, bar hop and whatnot, might be somebody like Fergus. But I'd be afraid they're more into their own personal acquisitions than helping you out.
Okay. Yeah, the wingman needs to be helpful.
By that same token, I think Astolfo would be more than down for it, except everyone would be fawning for him instead.
This is true. This is
damn it!
True.
Get away!
Kid Gil. He could smooth with them, with his cuteness, and be like, oh, such a cute little kid, and then he could lead them over to you, and...
You're gonna take a kid to a bar?
Yeah, he's Gil. He's not gonna give a shit.
Yeah, but they don't know that. Maybe someone noble and dependable like Benkei.
Benkei.
Who could speak your praises.
Yes, I agree.
But on that note, who do you think would be worst? The absolute worst to bring?
There's so many. As we were mentioning before, anyone who has the ability to charm, like Matahari or Diarmid.
Diarmid, absolutely. Diarmid, you'd be the cuck of the joke, and you wouldn't want that. It's like
no cuck.
While he's trying to praise you, butter you up, make you look good.
Everyone's just staring at his fucking mole.
Yeah. Mole. Maybe Fran, because all she does is moan and groan. She just wouldn't be as useful in that predicament.
It's true. She would concern people more. Are you okay?
But yeah, Merlin would be good, probably. He's a little bit of a playboy himself. But he's also a really good support servant. You could put those supportive elements of battle into this scenario. Yeah, I could see that. The next would be Housekeeper. Who would be the best and worst servant to bring as your housekeeper?
Jean would be pretty dependable.
Jean would definitely do a good job of it.
Yeah.
Obviously
we can
not
trust
Shelter.
her. No, not Shelter. No.
Shelter would leave junk all over the place.
She'd invite friends over and just drink beer and be absolutely chaotic.
Artoria Alter, however, might be because of the whole maid altar business. She's made it her job to cook and shit. And well, not cook, sorry, clean. Mm-hmm. She's probably not that great at cooking. Emio would definitely fit into that. He pretty much is, the housekeeper of Reen's home in the first place.
He is best waifu.
Yeah, he's going around dusting shit off, making tea and all that stuff. So he already pretty much fits that bill. Mm-hmm. So I guess that would mean worst ones. What were the worst ones that would come to mind? Obviously, Jalter. She would trash everything. I'm sure Mordred would be horrible.
Spartacus as well. I mean, he would be... I don't even know if you could instruct him properly.
If you could fit him through your door.
Gil would probably just, like, shank you if you asked him to clean your house. You're like, fuck you, mongrel.
Mongrel, such work is below me. He'd pull out a Roomba from his Gate of Babylon.
He would just sit back and relax. It would be like the best Roomba ever, though. So maybe he would not
It would
be
be
that
a
bad.
golden Roomba that could fly.
Which could be good or bad if you
Considered
have
to be
delicate
the ancient prototype of the Roomba, somehow in his gate. Tamamo's dream is to be a housewife. She could probably pull it off pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Tamamo Nyang. Well, and Tamamo Cat, too.
And Tamamo Kitty, yeah. Of course, and she would, like, nap all day, though. Tamamo Kitty.
She should cook.
That's true.
Probably not someone childish, like Jack the Lowly would not make a good housekeeper.
No.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Who would you want to be your Uber driver? Your Uber driver, taxi, any of those kind of situations to have somebody drive you to a location.
I mean, now, I would be tempted to say Artoria, but...
It depends. She does have the riding skill, which would allow her to pretty much control any vehicle that is in any way likened to taking the reins on a horse is the idea. Irisville would be funny because she got that drifting going on. It might make for an exciting ride.
Yes.
One thing of note might be Scheherazade, because she's so afraid of death. She might be extremely careful, but at the same time, it might be hard to even get her to do that because she'd be one of the...
She'd be one of the people, like, doing, like, the stop-start on the highway.
Yeah, she'd be a terrible driver. Starting, stopping. Actually, we get to see Mordred drive, too. She's horrible. She left Kyrie's car, this broken mess of shit, remember?
Oh, God, no.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, no Mordred.
Da Vinci could be nice because if there were any malfunctions in the vehicle, she could help repair it.
This is true.
Kentucky, yeah, he ain't bad. He can do the motorcycle bit. I'm sure he could do a car.
Yeah, it's true. But he, like, crashes into shit as his double phantasm, so...
Yeah, but it don't break his bike.
That's true. It could break you, though. The bike would be fine, but you'd be a mangled corpse.
The hard part's narrowing down who would be the absolute worst driver. I mean, maybe Kuholland, because he'd get stuck with a vehicle that can't turn.
Oh, no! Not fortunate luck in general.
That's true. Any Lancer.
Any Lancer.
Now, along that same vein, and it's slightly different, but airline pilot. So let's imagine something happened. The current pilot passed out or something, and you gotta land this plane. You gotta do whatever. Who would you trust? This came to mind because Artoria does remark how she could easily fly an airplane. She wasn't that shocked by it.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd be pretty trustworthy, I think, in that regard.
Yeah. Again, for most things, because she's Artoria.
I would love to say Astolfo, but he tends to be exceptionally clumsy and screwball. While he might be able to pilot it, the fact that he actually would do so successfully is the question.
What if he had, like, a co-pilot?
Focus, boy! Probably someone like, Kiritsugu could probably pull it off as well. I'm sure he's done that stuff as part of his jobs and whatnot. So long as said airplane isn't infested by the bees or the wasps or whatever the hell they were.
Yeah, otherwise he would just, like, jump out of it and blow it up, so...
But I'm sure he might have learned something from Natalia regarding that.
Probably.
Now, I don't know how much Gil can actually pilot his own damn thing, but he was pretty good in Zero, dodging all them bullets from Lancelot and whatnot. Could be, but maybe that's most of the machine doing the work for him.
Yeah, like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. And once you find out that there's like a feminist AI bot inside there that's actually doing the real piloting. Damn you, Solo! So the next one's a little interesting. How about shopping buddy? Now this is kind of broad. It could be, I don't know, someone to carry your bags. It could be someone to to haggle, depending on where you go shopping. Just someone to be walking around the mall with. Who knows? People still go to malls these days.
Bargain hunters, yeah. Or someone to try on clothes in front of.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I feel like Marie Antoinette would be pretty good.
Marie Antoinette is, yeah, that's a very good one. Seems pretty chill. She seems fashion-oriented.
She'd probably overspend, though, so I would just stand the fuck back and let her just... But she would know where all the good stuff is.
In that regard, Medea might not be too bad either. She's definitely a woman's woman. She knows about these things, at least from what we got to see in Hollow Ataraxia and her interactions with Soichiro.
Oh man, get a compliment from Merlin after trying on something nice? Oh, that would be amazing. Oh, Suzuka, duh.
Dude, yeah, totally. Suzuka goes in trying to be all, not quite gyaru, but definitely the cutesy Japanese schoolgirl type of thing she's trying to embody.
Yeah.
She'd probably love to go.
Oh, she'd be so much
buy
fun.
certain things. So that's on the female end of things. I'm trying to think of like potential escorts and things as well. Siegfried. Siegfried would do that shit in a heartbeat.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
His biggest problem is being too good. Maybe Karna in that regard as well.
Just take advantage of their goodness.
Now, worst, obviously, Carnival Phantasm shows us how bad Heracles is at shopping.
Oh, buddy, no.
It's like, what, you don't have it in stock? And just starts bashing on your door. Or gets the wrong type of battery. He might be able to carry your stuff if he doesn't, like, use it in the next moment to smack someone with it.
Yes.
Maybe a Visebron could conjure up some golems to just hoard all your shit.
Oh, escort golems. I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, flex golem, you just slap it on everything.
Yeah.
This one's a bit more occupational. A telemarketer.
Oh, jeez.
So if you were to trust somebody to try to, make sales or anything like that over the phone, maybe somebody well-spoken?
Matahari would be able to charm most people into buying anything.
True.
She would, like, espionage the U.S. government into buying, like, a pyramid scheme. Like, she would be that good.
Part of me wants to say William Shakespeare because he would be, so good with words, but at the same time, he'd probably be over-elaborate. You need somebody who, I think,
It's got short quips. You gotta be able to hook people quick and get their money.
if you're too smart when you're trying to sell somebody something, they just get confused.
They get confused and they also feel like you're talking down to them.
Maybe. I learned that in retail, though, but if you give them too much technical knowledge or something, they're just like, huh? They want somebody who's confident.
Yes.
Who could just tell you, this is the best. And in that regard, if you could get him to do it, Gilgamesh wouldn't be so bad.
Oh, heck yes.
Maybe Ozymandias.
Yeah. They'd be able to instill some pretty crazy confidence in their product, I would say.
Now, worst telemarketers, how about...
Hasashin.
Would you like to buy my product?
If you don't buy it, me and my other friends will come to your house.
Yeah, maybe somebody you wouldn't want to hear. Elizabeth Bathory might be really fucking annoying. It depends. Some people like her, some people don't. I think it's a wild card.
Yes.
Same goes for Uma. I would love to get a phone call from Uma.
Of course. I feel like Martha would be too conflicted.
She would judge you.
She would judge the shit out of you.
The next one would be your gym trainer. Someone who, personal fitness instructor, any of that kind of stuff. Shisho would immediately be good for that.
Oh, Shisho, yes. Yes, queen.
Skaha.
Queen Skaha.
She and Ku. Ku seems like he gets around in the gym. Martha probably would be decent.
Ooh.
She gets her workout beating the shit out of turtles and punching bags. Poor turtles.
Poor turtles. God. Would Beowulf be helpful?
I think so. Definitely got them gains. Who wouldn't be a very good one?
Caesar.
Caesar.
He would just get someone else from the gym and have you spar each other.
He wouldn't even be in the gym.
Who would be like a scary mofo? Like someone who would be so motivated to get you into shape that they might end up killing you.
I mean, by the same token, that could be more like Skahak.
That's true.
If her teaching you how to fire at the shooting range is anything to go by, she's a harsh instructor. Someone like Kato Danzo would not be very good because technically she's not human. She'd be robo.
Oh, she'd be just why aren't you getting up after this 4 millionth push-up? Come on, man.
Well, no, she'd be way nicer. She's still a mother. She's robo MILF. Maybe she could show you the proper form of things. Yeah. She might be pretty good, actually. And so many fake characters are muscular as fuck. I'm sure Leonidas would show you properly.
Oh, yeah. He could show you a thing or two. Give you some washboard abs in no time.
I think, again, someone like, Elizabeth Bathory probably hasn't worked out a day in her life. Probably because, it's the whole, dainty skin thing like that. So maybe her, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her, not so much. I mean, I guess at that point, then all the younger ones who were women in that regard, Jack the Lowly and Nursery Rhyme, which just wouldn't be in that realm of knowledge.
They would not have that interest.
It is not their realm to concern with. For me, I think the pinnacle of it might be Shootout Doji. She'd just be chilling, drinking. It's like, you're not helping at all.
Nope.
This one should have a lot more going on for it, a bit more polarizing. Personal chef. Who gonna make you food? Obviously, Emiya would be at the top of that. He's like the super chef. There's a lot more super mamas in Fate.
Super mama.
I definitely think Boudica would do just fine. Raiko would be fair. I'm sure they can cook something up. Tamamo, definitely. And actually Nero. Nero and Tamamo both, because at the end of Extella, they each bring their respective feasts to Hakuno and little baby Altera.
Ooh, make a feast. Wonderful.
So there's plenty of contenders who would make amazing food. The question is, who wouldn't?
Gilderay.
Who knows? Who knows, honestly?
He would try to feed you like Cthulhu spawn.
I mean, it would be in great abundance, but...
Maybe his like old form is like a knight or something.
You know, obviously Artoria, Saber Artoria, or Lancer would come to mind at that point, because while she loves food, presumably she's not very knowledgeable with food, because presumably during her time, her food wasn't, seasoned well or at all even. It would seem it was cooked, just plain, and that was it, is what she'd said. Gawain, that's it. It's Gawain's fault that that's the case, and they make a point of it in extra CCC. So yeah, Gawain would be a terrible chef, apparently.
Whoops.
So, shame on Gawain.
Shame on you.
Now the next one, game show host.
Who's got a good voice?
For me, I'm looking for charisma, so obviously Gil and Ozymandias would be amazing at it. In fact, Gil's voice actor in Japanese was playing the dude in, God of High School tournament?
Oh yeah, that was him, that's right.
Yeah,
I picked up on that.
Fucking Kirei. I mean, technically Kirei was the game show host of the Carnival Phantasm Grail War thing, which was kind of funny.
I forgot about that. I mean, Suzuka would be a boatload of fun. Like, she'd be like off the walls.
She could, and alongside that, probably it would be fun to hear Nero screaming about it.
That's true.
Get ready, start! That kind of thing. Ishtar has to line up in there because she was our resident race queen.
Yeah.
So definitely she's already kind of into that announcing and the like. Now, it would be hilarious for Zerkerlot.
What?
Yeah, the Hassans might not be very good at it either.
People in the audience just surreptitiously disappear throughout the show.
They're not just randomly killing people. They're good guys. They're just more...
Well, no, they're picking off the assholes in the audience.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of them. Hans Christian Andersen, I think would be funny, but in technical would be just a complete asshole. He's bad-mouthing everyone and everything. You'd be pessimistic. You wouldn't have that, exciting vigor, but rather just this pessimism that I think would be hilarious in a sort of ironic way.
Yeah.
So moving on from there, doctor. Who would you want to be your doctor? Obviously Nightingale comes to mind, but
there's the whole amputation issue.
Yeah, the amputation issue. So that actually, I don't know, puts her in the middle. She's right on the fence, because for other things, presumably she's really good.
We have so many other wonderful healers that we could entrust.
And yeah, you could think of it as okay, well, who won't heal you scientifically, but magically?
Right.
So, then you got Merlin.
Jeanne.
Oh yeah.
Go healer.
Jeanne would be amazing. She'd protect you from getting hurt in the first place.
Tamamo.
That is very true.
Okay, shittiest healers.
Astolfo.
Oh, Astolfo.
Astolfo would lose a scalpel in your chest.
Oh no.
Carmilla would just see your blood and be like, oh. It's just rolling around in it. Stop it.
No. Kiyohime, it depends on her mood and if she really likes you.
I mean, she's also a kid with absolutely no talent in that field.
What does Altera do?
What does she do?
Yeah, what does she do?
She destroys worlds. So yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, so Altera, no, she'd be bad. Cancer is bad civilization. Which, she ain't wrong, but ain't gonna do shit. Okay, so here's a big one. Babysitter. Who would make a good babysitter? So probably all of the Caldea's moms, but the one I would vote the most, Atalante.
Oh.
She's all about save them children.
She is.
She could make a wonderful, not necessarily foster mother, but certainly someone who would sink into the depths of darkness to protect any child.
Yes.
So, yeah, good for her.
And they would play with her ears.
That's true. She's cuddly as shit. Even in her altar form, she'd be cuddles worthy.
Cuddle altar. So maybe Gilles de Rais, he would probably be the single worst babysitter.
He doesn't have any good qualities.
He really doesn't, especially in terms of children.
No, definitely Gilles de Rais is the absolute worst person you would put with your children.
Oh my God.
He murders and does all the nasties with them. Yeah, Blackbeard would probably not be very good either. He'd be showing all the kids his stash of prawns.
Yes.
Which, I don't know, might have been cool for me, but...
Very educational.
Yes. This one kind of goes with, like, Housekeeper, things like that, but a waitress, specifically.
I think if people have, like, really good balance. Who's the one who stands in those fucking stilettos?
That is Meltrellis.
Meltrellis, yeah. Like, someone who can stand on shoes that fucking tall can probably balance, like, all the food platters.
To be fair, though, have you seen frickin' Okita Alter's shoes? I think they're both good like that. So yeah, they would have very good balance for bringing out large trays of stuff. Mm-hmm. Hands down.
Hey, what about Bedivere?
He definitely could be. So yeah, people who would make a terrible waiter.
Carmilla with her nails. It's like a food code violation if I ever saw one.
I guess that would immediately ruin Passion Lip at that point, too.
Yes.
She couldn't carry shit with those. That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
She can't do much with her hands. She can't hold hands. She can't...
So sad.
Okay, so this one is a little bit crazier, but in an emergency situation where your life is in danger, typically like someone who's in an active shooting situation. Someone like that. For me, that comes to mind Mashu.
Yeah, Mashu.
Mashu would be right there, boom, Captain America, but better, in my opinion. With the shield, protecting everybody. I think Cuchulainn might be if you assume a bullet still counts as protection from arrows. If daggers thrown at him count as that, because literally they just stop in their path and then blunk. Bitch is Neo.
Luke just Neo it.
I imagine Heracles could do pretty damn good too if he stood in the way. Well, we already got to see how good of a shield he was against Gilgamesh. He was taking on that Gate of Babylon for the longest time. Lots of HPs and lives, he would make a very good tank.
Yeah, he could just like huddle you and just run you out of there.
Alright, so who would be the worst?
Who's someone who's not good under pressure?
Scheherazade.
Oh.
She's like, I don't want to die. So she would not be very useful in that at all. So that's a really good one for worst. The other one I was thinking of is Tuatha Tota, because his noble phantasm is literally just a big thing of rice that gives you tons of unlimited rice. So it's great. It's fantastic when you're trying to save people, but not in that particular instance unless you're going to throw the rice at people or hope they trip on it.
Or like make like a smoke bomb of rice. Just poof.
I'm blind. Too much starch. Okay, this one's one of my favorite. Mall Santa. Well, yeah, Nero would make a decent Santa if we're allowing for female Santa.
Of course.
Obviously, we've got...
Santa is an equal opportunity position, okay?
Is it really, though? I don't see female mall Santas. I mean, I would be okay for that.
They need more representation.
But yeah, there are plenty of good candidates as far as being Santa-themed already in Fate. We've got, Santa Altar, Artoria. Mm-hmm. We've got Santa Lily for Little Jean.
Yeah, oh, cute Jean, you make cute little Santa.
Lily Altar.
But if we're talking about, like, large in stature, jolly Edison.
You're right.
It'd be a big,
Edison
crazy
could
lion.
pull off a really good one. With the makeup, he basically has... The mane is the beard.
Yep.
Caesar might actually make a decent mall Santa. He's got the right body for it.
Oh, duh, East Kandar.
He'd be like the burly ass Santa, and he's definitely joyous when he's in a good mood, and he's got that boastful kind of attitude. So definitely.
Absolutely.
So with that, who would make the worst? For me, Christopher Columbus.
Oh my god.
He'd be like, what do you want for Christmas? And then he'd make his face, that fucking face. And all the kids would run. I think one that might be funny is Darius the Third.
Oh, because he's got a throne.
He's got a throne, but again, he doesn't really, he's just generally pretty intimidating. Oh, well, definitely, Hassan of Serenity would be terrible.
Oh.
If you couldn't sit on her lap, she'd poison you to death. Unless you're Ritsuka.
Whoops.
So just by default, not an occupation for her.
No.
Now, fashion designer.
Well, I gotta say, Mordred's got her moments.
Oh, definitely. Mordred's fantastic. Her casual wear, spot on. She's looking great in feminine clothing as well as masculine. She makes, a hell of a dapper individual as well.
So she can understand the both gender expressions.
That's true.
And she'd
That's
be able
a
to
good
design
point.
for both. And for people who don't identify as either.
I don't think Astolfo would have bad.
No, not at all.
In some ways, Medusa wouldn't be half bad at that either.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really, really like Medea's casual wear too. Oh yeah, so worst fashion designers. Who do you think has got the worst fashion?
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles, yes. Yes. Oh, that is so good, that son of a bitch. Yeah, because like Spartacus's fashion might go well on somebody like Penthesilea. I'd be like, woo. But on him, again, very subjective.
Yep, absolutely.
No, I would love to see more outfits inspired by Ushiwakamaru. Odds of that happening, unlikely, but a guy can dream.
Nobody like underboob.
No, it's not that. It's
Appreciate
just,
the underboob.
I don't know if reality is ready for the underboob because so many people are either insecure and then there's also tons of people who are just straight up assholes. You could ask the Hassans and they'll just throw the cloth like right at you. It's black. Wear it. A mechanic. Who would you want to be your mechanic, assuming your stuff breaks down? We already kind of talked about that a little bit. Da Vinci would be immediately there.
Yep.
Any of the engineers. I think Edison, he builds shit. More
Tesla.
so in Fate than real life. Tesla, yeah, he wouldn't be half bad. Emiya wouldn't be half bad either because he can...
Treson?
Yes. Yep. He can analyze the structure of various things and learn what the hell's, broken about it before he even gets to work. And he can reinforce shit.
Yeah.
So that one's easy. There's plenty of them there, but who would make the worst? I'm gonna go with Ishtar by nature of the fact that Reen has no fucking clue how to deal with technology.
Yes.
Now this one is kind of silly. Dog trainer.
I mean, we got Doggy Boy.
Yeah, Ku could lead by example.
You can just picture a little lineup of dogs just scratching their head.
Yeah, he served as a woofer, pupper. Artoria would be good, obviously. Maybe even in this case, Artoria Alter because of her woofy. I guess another one that could lead by example would be Lobo.
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 Now, who wouldn't you let near an animal?
Tamamo cat might cause trouble.
And she might start in a fight with the dogs. Perhaps the same could be said for Taiga.
Yeah,
Jaguar
probably.
Man. Probably Ibaraki Doji would be horrible because she herself probably needs to be tamed. And we've got Robin Hood constantly giving her little snacks and things to keep her in check anyway. So Robin Hood probably serves as pretty decent. He probably is the unspoken hero of the training. This one kind of goes along, I guess, with the mechanic, but plumber.
If you got a good plumber, you want somebody who you like looking at the ass crack of.
So in that regard, Mordred would be fantastic, but she doesn't fix shit. She just got the good plumber's crackdown. In the best way possible, imaginable. Nero would have that down too.
Yes.
She doesn't even have to bend over to give you that.
All right, well, on my end, I would go Beowulf.
Beowulf, huh? Mm-hmm. I don't know if he could fix anything. Okay, so if we were just going off of their asses, that's one thing.
Like porn scenario plumber.
Okay, yeah, and as far as maybe actually fixing something, I guess the usual suspects, maybe Babbage.
Babbage.
Babbage is a machine, or basically is a machine in this case.
Yeah.
And if you watch our Sims video, then definitely Shiro ain't half bad at fixing all the broken pipes.
Now he is. Before he was a piece of shit at it.
Yeah, as are all Sims.
Yes.
Going on to something a bit more administrative, an accountant. Who do you want doing your taxes?
Any kind of clerical work. I mean, Sherlock, hands down.
That's true.
Great with numbers. Probably
That's
would be able to do
true.
his taxes in his head.
Yeah, and I imagine people like Tesla wouldn't be half bad at that either.
That's true.
You know who would probably be pretty decent is Paracelsus von Hohenheim.
Oh, duh.
Big old science geeker.
There's no Archimedes in here, is there?
You know what? He's not in Fate Grand Order, but he's hell of a servant.
Yeah.
Now, if Archimedes hasn't given up on humanity and is instead trying to assist the evil alien overlords trying to destroy our world, then yeah, he would make a good, he would make a good accountant.
Yes, absolutely.
Queen of Sheba, just to add that in there because, hell, she's all about that monies.
All about the money.
As for the worst, though,
It's not Lobo's fault, but Lobo.
yeah, Lobo just couldn't.
Can you imagine Heracles sitting at a desk at H&R Block?
Big old suit, little tie hanging out, and presses the keyboard.
And it just breaks in half.
Well, I was gonna say it like presses like all the numbers at once, sausage finger style, like heavy. But this one could be rather funny. A lawyer. Who would you want to be your servant lawyer?
I mean, Sherlock. I mean,
Yeah, Sherlock would be fantastic. Hans Christian Andersen might. Shakespeare as well. I think they could be familiar with the laws and the rules and the things of sorts like that to give a good like closing argument or something like that.
How about Cleopatra?
Cleopatra? I'm maybe.
Who did she sleep with?
Caesar.
Caesar.
Along with that, probably Caesar himself would be a good one.
Nobu?
Nobu. Probably not. It seems to me that could be completely biased by the media to which we consume, but Nobu seems very well. The charisma might certainly be there. The rationale, the logic may not be. I was gonna say Elizabeth Bathory. Hell no.
No.
She's just like get the ultimate criminal to try to defend you in a case is like, why did you do it? Because the blood made my skin soft. But now we get to turn the tide and probably pick quite the opposite, is a circus performer. Who'd you want to be your clown? Now, as much as I would want to say Mephistopheles at that, he's like an evil shit clown, so I would probably choose not him.
Oh my god, Jungle Tiger.
Yes, that would be a prime spot for Jaguar Man. I think Umu could make a decent ringmaster.
Yeah. Oh, well, Artoria would absolutely make the best lion tamer.
That's fair, the lion tamer, but as far as the performers go,
Edison.
Edison could be the lion. In that same vein, you got Atalante Alter. She could be quite the spectacle. I definitely think Astolfo could thrive in that environment. The one who lacks sense that was lost on the moon. Maybe someone like Elia, because she's a magical girl, could show off quite a bit of tricks.
Of course.
That could be cool.
That would be fun.
Which leads me to think, who would you not want to see there? I bet a lot of people would say Sieg, because he's really boring. Like, who brought this cardboard to the circus?
Oh, poor Sieg.
Yeah, King Hassan, probably not the best for a circus, unless it's like Insane Clown Posse. He'd probably fit really well in there.
Yes.
Moving on, we get, who would you want to be your boss? Which servant would you want to be your boss? Part of you might think maybe Maeve, because she'd sleep with you. That's a walking...
HR nightmare!
Maeve doesn't need HR. I wouldn't mind Waver, I don't think.
Oh yeah, Waver would be great.
Waver is very rational. You know, obviously I would have to say Artoria, because she's the kind of person who would put herself in the battle before you. You know, she's not a hypocrite.
How about Francis Drake?
Yeah, she seems to run a rather solid crew. She also inspired Mashir. She's very compassionate as well.
That's good. Yeah, you need compassion in a boss, for sure. Okay, horrible bosses.
Obviously, I would have to say King Hassan. I don't want him as my boss, because if you don't like what your performance is, he's going to kill you. That's his job, is to kill you. That's literally his job, is to kill those that are succeeding him. I would definitely follow Jeanne.
Oh, yeah.
She good. I don't necessarily have the same faith that she does, but damn, does she deserve and is usually, you know, doing the right thing, standing on the front lines.
Shiki would be like the most no-nonsense boss.
You know, it's kind of interesting because we actually get to see Shiki as, at the end of Kara no Kyokai as a boss. Specifically, she takes on the, being the head of her family finally. And she's got a lot of mob-like dudes on her favor. So I don't know how much she interacts directly with them. But yeah, that's true. She could be rather spooky, I imagine. I'd say Edison might suck. He'd work you like a slave.
Jekyll and Hyde would suck because you wouldn't know which one you were going to get walking into the office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true, because there are bosses like that.
Yep.
Some days they are just that way, and you're like,
And you can't predict what's going to set them off. That's like the worst.
And I think going along in that vein, I think worst boss would also be Christopher Columbus.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, in that case, you literally are a slave. Probably.
Probably. Or dead.
So next, we'd have wedding photographers. Someone who has a good eye. In that regard, any of the archers would probably be decent because they can see very clearly from a long distance. It's part of their skills. Merlin, I don't know how good he is with the camera, but he could certainly decorate your venue with flowers. Give you some amazing particle effects while you're taking, the shots.
Yes.
Now, who would make a terrible photographer?
Medusa. Poor Medusa.
Okay, you know what? That takes the cake right there. Your whole wedding party would be turned to stone. Who would make a good Fate DJ?
Mozart.
Amadeus.
Just like remix that one song the entire wedding, though.
Salieri would be kind of funny. It's like, you better not DS E-Ray in the middle of my dramatic fight scene or something. It's like DS E-Ray intensifies. There's a meme. So I don't know. Who would make a terrible DJ?
Bar 3. Because she would just like scream the whole time.
That's true. I would imagine, Nero and Elizabeth too are supposedly the musically uninclined of the two, or of the group, despite their desire to be beloved idols.
Yes.
That said, I do like Umu's singing.
Oh no.
Tour guide.
Someone very worldly.
Musashi, yeah. She know a lot about where she travels. I would definitely say Iskandar as well. Definitely quite the traveler.
Yes, he is quite traveled.
Francis Drake, I think, would be pretty decent.
Oh,
also
yeah.
very well traveled.
Of course, yes.
As far as the tour guide, definitely Xuan Song then as well.
Yes. All right, who doesn't know shit?
Yeah, who would be a bad tour guide? Part of me thinks Columbus just because he couldn't even find what he was aiming for.
Yes.
Dumbass. Can't navigate for shit.
Nope.
Yeah, people who are worse. Oh, definitely Osaka Behime.
Oh.
The shut-ins. So Osaka Behime, Ganesha.
Yes.
Substitute teacher. Definitely Keiron. Keiron taught Achilles everything he do knew. He could. He was, obviously very renowned as a teacher, so I think that would be good. Bring in the horseman. Who don't know shit or can't work with kids very well.
Sherlock. And you, judging from the stains on your shirt, stole Susie's lollipop. Hey!
Police officer.
I think Billy the Kid would.
Billy the Kid, that ain't half bad. I mean, except for the fact that he was an outlaw in life. In one of those Fate-style, second chances at life, he might not be so bad.
Yeah, I mean, and, a lot sometimes, officers will employ ex-convicts to kind of help them out. And, he'll know the ways of the outlaws. I think that'll come in handy.
That's true. I gotta give it to Robin Hood. Robin Hood would be very good in that case.
Absolutely.
He's on the side of justice.
Sekira.
Who would be a bad officer? And given their behavior during the Camelot Singularity, I would say probably none of the Knights of the Round Table.
No.
Except for maybe Bedivere.
Lobo would be good police, doggy.
Maybe.
Yes.
We're gonna go ahead and do our last one then. Postal Worker.
Ooh.
Who you want delivering your packages? As much as, again, I'd want to say Astolfo with the Hippogriff could pull it off, again, Astolfo's, infamous for not being the most reliable. having the best heart, but not the most reliable.
Yes, and when it comes to packages and delivery, you want something reliable. You also want service with a smile. I don't know, Iskandar might be able to do it pretty well. He's got that chariot.
Yeah, how much does this chariot hold? I wonder if Gilgamesh could, like, teleport shit by putting him first into the Gate of Babylon, then going where he needs to go, and then just pulling it out again.
That's smart.
That could be cool.
It's pretty efficient.
He definitely has the ability to do air travel. We could joke, of course, Penthesilea with the whole Amazon Prime business.
Amazon is Prime.
Yes, well, that's what it is in the servant verse with MHX.
Oh my god. That's
So funny.
Ereshkigal.
Ereshkigal?
Yeah.
Taking care of dead souls. Take care of your packages. Maybe. She's not very mobile, though.
I mean, she can shoot it up from the ground.
It took her years to move the underworld, but good thing she had it done well in advance.
Yeah. So she's proactive.
Yes, but it still took forever. I mean, obviously, if we're talking like boat travel again, like Francis Drake, stuff like that.
Santa altar.
That's true. She got her sleigh. She could pull that off.
Overnight.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the best. Santa altar, because presumably she delivers the gifts, just as Santa would. They're not good gifts, though. If you just made sure she wasn't in charge of what to give people.
Yes.
Now, worst postal workers will be our final challenge. I guess in general, for me, maybe the person I would least trust for most things, actually, would be BB.
Oh, BB.
She's the most manipulative. I don't even know. She's spooky. She seems to care about her senpai, but does the most twisted, crazy, messed up stuff in order to show it. She would do anything, so definitely postal in that case would be one of those things
she would go postal.
She would go postal. Yeah, she's more likely to go postal than be a postal delivery worker.
God.
And I think it does it for us today. Maybe if y'all come up with funny categories or types of roles and things, we could do this again or whatnot. But definitely, this is a chance for you all to do the same thing in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. We only have like a specific range of servants that we may be knowledgeable of or would tend to go to. So it would be great to see much more variety. And I hope you enjoyed this.
We sure had a lot of fun.
So let's take this game to the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this channel, help me beat the algorithm by liking, commenting, and sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and, most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all of my anime discussion, lore, or Let's Play content. If you want to support me directly, there are now 3 ways that all provide the same benefits. You can click join here on YouTube, or join Patreon or Subscribestar for access to exclusive vids and early access. As always, celebrate your fandom.